Almost there. All right. We are live now. This is Indie Talk with Jesse and Jeryn, featuring Illinois elite wrestling star, the Irish Devil, Douglas O'Shea. How's it going, Douglas?
All right.
All right. Yeah. So, getting a chance for people to pop on. I just got a lot that popped on that fast. Yeah.
How many people, Jeryn?
We got 2 on Instagram and I think a few on Facebook, so that's good.
Good.
So I think we usually start with the good beginner questions. So just talk about how you got into watching wrestling.
I go way back when, and that's Wrestling at the Chase.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. And then how did you originally watch it? Just through Generate, or you could tell the whole story.
My dad used to watch Wrestling at the Chase every I think it was every Sunday, and I just didn't like it. It was just, to me, it was boring. And then I saw Andre the Giant and Bruiser Brody, and then I got interested.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely great stars there. So yeah. And then where did you originally get trained?
Over here in Missouri.
In Missouri. Who was your trainer?
That's a mixture of guys.
Oh, Missouri. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, we got what do we got? Charlie Carter says Douglas O'Shea is the man on Instagram. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And we got Tom Burdick from Wrestling Gone Wild up in Hibbing, Minnesota, says hi, guys. Yeah. How's it going, Tom? Charlie also says we love the Irish Devil. Second generation. His dad wrestled Lou Thez for the World Championship. Mm-hmm. Do you have a story about that, or you want to talk about
that? That's just an ignorant person saying that right now. Words got twisted, and so suddenly that's the rumor. Then he's probably the same guy that said my dad invented the power bomb.
Oh,
yeah, it was just a hateful group that was on Facebook one time and took my words and twisted them a mile long.
Oh, okay. Why are you spreading rumors, Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, man, that's the worst thing to do in wrestling. Yeah. Jesse?
So, who was your least favorite opponent to wrestle?
I never had one of those. I enjoyed wrestling everybody.
Oh, you enjoyed every. Okay. Yeah. Was there anybody that almost got you hurt or wasn't good to work with there?
Yeah. If you're listening, I know it was an accident. There was a guy named Kevin X that wrestled for South Broadway. He put me into a pedigree, and I thought he was getting ready to do a double arm suplex, and I ended up jumping, and I landed straight on top of my head and broke my neck.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Yeah, it's never a good thing, especially with neck injuries. So, yeah, especially with the Edge in the WWE and how he was able to come back. But he's still neck injuries. It's always never a good thing. So,
that's what took me out the second time. What retired me after 30 years of being in this.
Oh, 30 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh man. We got on Instagram, Mary Price says O'Shea rules. So yeah, shout out to her. Charlie says, is Douglas O'Shea really retiring?
I'm retired. I'm done.
You're done? Oh man. One more match. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say never, but I'll say if I ever felt the itch, I might scratch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, 30 years, that's definitely a long time to be in the ring and taking the bumps and doing all that. So yeah.
Yeah. See, so like I tell some of my friends now that my last match was no DQ match against two other guys,
Mhm.
and they brought everything out, including candlesticks and Legos and tables and
Mhm.
you name it. They brought it in there and just kept on whacking me in the head with it. And I took too many headshots,
Mhm.
and I believe, but I haven't been diagnosed of having a stroke, but I believe I had a stroke.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
won't know that answer until September.
Mm. Oh, you're still waiting to see, or
Yeah, they're back up.
oh, they're back. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it wasn't, but I mean, it's
yeah.
kind of you
And if
kind
it
of know if
was,
you would have one.
yeah, and if it was a stroke, that means I would have had 8 of them in my lifetime, under 50 years old.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So my left side is paralyzed,
Mm-hmm.
and I really don't want to take the chance of getting hit like that again, just to hear ignorant fans and say it's fake
Oh.
or dog me out because I didn't properly take a bump. I'm 49 years old, man. I had to do what I had to do to protect myself. And it may not always look the prettiest, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing my job.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I hope there's not a whole lot of fans that say it's fake, because I mean, wrestling's one thing in wrestling is it's never fake, and especially injuries are never fake. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially guys like me who are in the indie side, we get hurt. We don't get to go out and make a movie and make another $5 million. We hope to God we can go back to work.
Right. Yeah.
So it's really not worth it to me. Will I miss it? Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Oh man, we've got 10 comments already. It's hard to keep track. Robin Murray says, Doug, you are the man. Dina Stewart says O'Shea rules. Je- Jedediah Jedediah says facts. So yeah,
Yeah.
great comments, guys. You guys should ask some questions too. I know
Yeah.
Douglas wants some questions to answer. So yeah. Uh, what was your favorite show that you ever wrestled for?
Uh, uh, Out in Quincy, Illinois, at what was that place called? The Oakley Lindsay Center. I wrestled in front of 700 fans.
Oh, wow. A good number right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
for
I was in a Dublin street fight where anything goes. There was fire in the match. There was 5,000 thumbtacks, again, tables, candlesticks, belts, keyboards. Boy, I like to use those keyboards on some of the keyboard warriors on Facebook. I'll tell you that much.
jeez. Mhm.
It's easy to talk ignorant on it. It's easy to talk ignorant to me on the internet. But if you meet me in person, I bet your balls shrink, man. Don't be come talking that shit on me on Facebook and then act like you're some innocent little victim. They say, "Oh, you're mad at me because I said that you're this and that." And I said, "No, I'm not mad at you said this and that. I'm mad at because you're disrespecting me. I've
Yeah.
never done nothing to be disrespected in this business. Have I done everything right? No. Have I made all, or have I responded with the right way all the time? No. I make mistakes. 30 years. I mean, damn, shoot me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on, Finn. You gotta, especially with the wrestlers, though. You definitely gotta respect what they're doing in the ring, they're doing it for the fans and putting a lot on the line for themselves. So
Yeah. With me, unfortunately, I wasn't given the gift of being a high flyer or Eddie Guerrero wrestler. You know, being able to chain wrestle and do moves out of nowhere. So I had to do the hardcore stuff. And unfortunately, doing the hardcore stuff, that hurts. And when I go into the store, I'm sure you guys seen biographies where wrestlers go in the store and whack things over their head. Well, I whacked things over my head in the store. And I said, wait a minute, that actually hurt. I think fans would like that. And they know, no, it's people don't limit them, you know. And I went in there and I went kind of crazy when it came to hardcore matches because it's the sound that made the fans react and said, oh, wow. And then put doubt in the head. Is it real? Is he really mad? Are they really mad? That was what I was taught when I first got into the business was we all know a lot of fans think it's fake, but it's our job to put doubt in their head. And I lived by that rule for 30 years.
Yeah, definitely. Jesse?
So do you get into the eFed stuff?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Oh
yeah. I think I might recognize you. I think me and you might have been in some beds together. I know we share a friend, John Schaub.
Who?
John Schaub. He goes by Johnny Rotten.
Oh, if I've seen him, I might remember him. There's more e-feathers than there is wrestlers.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
But I definitely would say an e-fed is not too far away from actual wrestling with all the bitching and moaning and where's my belt shot? How did I lose? And why am I not winning? You know, well, you got to work harder apparently.
Yep. Do your promos and do everything else, and they'll take care of you.
Yeah.
I've never really been too much of a fan of the referees because to me, I believe the referees should have some knowledge of wrestling or been part of wrestling to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Why would I let someone who watches wrestling every Monday Night Raw tell me what I'm doing wrong? I know what I'm doing wrong, and I usually know why I'm going to lose if I do lose. So, but yeah, e-feds is fun. It's just some people need to take it way too serious.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, we've actually had one eFed guy on here. It was a couple months ago, and he kind of just destroyed us with his promos. So, yeah, the whole thing was a promo. He had like a dark background and a mask on, and it was quite something. So,
yeah, I believe I was one of the first e-fedders to use all the effects. What bothered me was putting all the work into that, and it took a lot of work. Is for the guy that I was going against this to sell it, not sell it right. Say, oh, that's just effects. Oh, that's just a prop. Man, that's not how you do it, man. You're supposed to sell me as real, just like you do in wrestling. You're supposed to sell me as real, not a prop.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. What is your favorite movie?
Favorite what?
Movie.
Double Rejects.
Oh. Yeah. Is that wow, so many movies out there. Yeah. How did you get started with Illinois Elite Wrestling?
Oh, my haters are gonna love this story. I was in a group called RCW Rampage Championship Wrestling, and my promoter at the time was getting a lot of heat about not paying wrestlers, or booking too many wrestlers. and his health was declining because of this business. And when you see your promoter of 30 years sitting at the table and we're all talking about matches, and then you start seeing blood coming out of his ears, and you're like, what the hell's going on? Why is your ear bleeding? He goes, oh, it's just stress. And then you find out a month later he has a stress-induced heart attack because of wrestling. So it was us stay in the business or run our own business and try to find some people to help us buy a ring and buy all the stuff that we need to start the business. And that's what we did.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we just wanted to make a place for everybody can call home and leave all the politics and drama and all the BS out the door.
Mm. Yeah. 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 Definitely. Yeah. Like guys' ears were like literally started to bleed that one night though, or that's real?
Say that again?
That guy's ears were actually starting to bleed that one day.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. I mean,
So it was, and his son called us, the main guys, and said, look, if my dad dies because of wrestling, none of you guys are invited to the funeral. Now, a lot of people know about that part. Now they do. That was something we could never live with ourselves if that would have happened.
Mhm.
You know, we don't want to see him die. We were getting mad and upset with him and frustrated with him too, because he kept on. By the time we make a decision what was going to happen, the week of the day of the show or the week before the show, he would change it on us and then not tell us. And then the wrestlers would be mad at us because they think we were trying to hold them back. But I said, no, we had a plan. You were going to win. He changed it at the last second. So it was just best go on our own and make it happen. And so far, so good. We've been around for 3 years and the crowds are getting bigger and the fans are starting to get to know us. And we got a safe place for everybody to come to now.
Yeah. 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 It's definitely really cool. Yeah. Over in Minnesota, we're currently located in Minnesota, and there's some politic crap going on, but I mean, there are a few companies that don't deal with that, and I'm glad that it's more like a family wrestling than dealing with a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, politics and wrestling is ridiculous. So yeah,
Especially on Facebook, especially on there, man.
yeah.
And I tried. I think I'm probably the only person in the world that stays off Facebook for a week when I know a pay-per-view is coming in, because I don't want to know no spoilers. I want to be a surprise. That's what's missing in wrestling is the shock factor. It's gone.
Yeah.
Because everything's pushed on Facebook. Oh, did you hear so and so's coming? Oh man, well, I didn't want to know that, because now if he don't show up, I'll be expecting them, and then I'll be disappointed. So. It's like that what was that, Forbidden Door?
Yeah.
I was hoping anybody but Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Brock fan. I just didn't want to see him be the last guy. I was hoping it had been someone, I don't know, from AEW or something.
Yeah. It's so easy to find out about news on social media. There's all these vloggers and Bleacher Reports. I'm like, just stop ruining the fun of wrestling and let someone return and everything. But
I'm sure you guys seen this when you see someone post a match and you'll see two fans writing and saying, "Oh, this is BS. How that happened, and this is bull. This should have happened." And then you got that third guy that comes in there and said, "Oh, it's just entertainment."
Yeah.
You just. Man, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
We all know that. You don't need to be putting your 2 cents in, just thinking that we're all stupid.
You know,
I might be a little slow, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah. You know, it's not real, right? You know that. Yeah. And then there's like people that like they really criticize something when it's really not that bad, and like chill. Like I saw something about like people are like brutally criticizing that Kenny Omega was wearing a black shirt and a pad when he came back. I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
I
They're
was
like,
looking at that, like, how do I get one of those?
yeah,
As I'm hurt.
sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're saying like he's hiding scars from surgery. I'm like, maybe, but I don't know why he go on a rant about that. But Mhm. Oh, he froze.
Like, Jesus Christ, man, there's more things in the world to whine and bitch about besides if someone's wearing a t-shirt in the ring or someone's overweight in the ring. Who
Yeah.
cares? They're in there having fun. They're doing what we love.
Mhm.
So applaud them, man, for even having the balls to get in there and succeeding to show off their skills instead of bashing them like a lot of my people, a lot of my haters do. They love bashing me, man. Oh, he don't know how to do this. I know how to do whatever the hell I want to do, man. Sometimes my timing's off. Who cares, man? If that's the worst thing you could say to me is saying, "Oh, you don't know how to bump." Get out. I mean, I've done hundreds of bumps. What do you think I've done in 30 years? Nothing.
It's the first thing you learn, pretty much. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, and it's like I've told people this, and it's not always wrestling that hurts me or hurts wrestlers. It's the ring that hurts us. Because not every ring has the greatest pad in there. Not every ring is solid. Not all the ropes are tight. Not all ring ropes are real. Sometimes there's a piece of steel that and cover in duct tape. And then you get your haters out there, which I've gotten a lot of. Oh, look at those ring ropes that he's in. They're not even tight. Well, no shit. I know that. You know that. Why are you telling everybody else?
Yeah. Fans are something sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those rings can be dangerous if they're not right.
Yeah. On Facebook, we got Eric Booton says, "What's up, brothers?" So shout out to Eric there.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a lot of O'Shea rules in the comments here. So yeah.
Yeah, that's my saying.
Yeah.
What's crazy is when I came up with that, I was watching an Adam Sandler movie, and he said, "Oh, Doyle rules," and I said, "You know what? I'm gonna say." And I was waiting for some fans to start giving me some shit about that, but they never did. I might get one from the back row and say, "Oh, Doyle rules." I'm like, "Shut up! Oh, Doyle doesn't rule. O'Shea does." I was waiting for it, but it never happened.
Yeah, that's genius. I was like, I wonder, O'Shea rules. Like, yeah, it kind of does sound like that. So it's definitely a good inspiration there. So yeah.
My partner and myself, Bully O'Brien, I think we are the only two wrestlers in history that had a food product chanted against us. I hate meatloaf, and next thing I know it, I could have 200 fans, 700 fans chant meatloaf just to piss me off. And my partner, his gimmick was he was addicted to ice cream sandwiches. So, he would just tell fans, you need to eat the ice cream sandwich to understand what's going on here. Do it. And he'll pull out a freeze-dried ice cream sandwich.
Oh.
It was some, they say, find your own gimmick, find your own way, get the fans to remember you. We did it.
Yeah, definitely. Robin says, what is next for the Irish Devil?
As of right now, I am the IAW commissioner.
Okay. Yeah. There you go, Robin. Yeah, so I listened to another podcast before we did this. I believe his name was Matt Smith of the Artist Unified show.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was getting some information from that, and you talked about that you're a big fan of the Von Erichs. You want to tell about your love for them?
Yeah, way back, I would say 92, 93. I apparently looked like one of them and my promoter wanted me to be a Von Erich. And I said, I am not doing that, man. He goes, why not? You look like one of them. I said, no, I'm not doing it. He goes, come on, man. And I said, man, I am not going to, I'm not even in their league. I'm not even qualified to even consider being their name. And then next thing I know it, I was getting called Kerry David. I had my own finisher, which was a claw, and I would deny anything with the Von Erich deal. And then have the fans just try to put two and two together. They say, oh, that's Kerry David. Yeah, he's a Von Erich. He's using the claw. He's doing this. He's doing that. But it never caught. So I dropped it as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Then I was a cowboy character, and I was Brock Burnett. I didn't like that one at all either. And I'm going to get some hate for this one. I'll be waiting for these comments. Back in the day, Trevor Murdoch used to wrestle for RTW. And he went by a different name. I can't remember what it was. And he tagged us together. So me and I got to work with Trevor before he made it the big times and then became NWA champion. And my promoter walked up to me and said, you know, Trevor is a better cowboy than you are. I said, well, yeah, because he actually likes country music. I don't. I couldn't stand it at the time. And I said I had no drive to be a cowboy. I mean, I had the shirts, I had the pants, the belt buckles, the hats. I just didn't feel right. I wanted to be took it more serious.
Right.
And well, 10 years after that happened, I got took it more serious.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I stood on top of the mountain for over 20 years.
Yeah.
So I did something, must have do something right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you got to be really committed to a cowboy role, and if you don't like country music and the cowboy role, it's got to be hard to get into it. So yeah. Oh man, a lot of Ricky Snyder on Facebook says, "Hope you're doing good, bro." So yeah. What is a good wrestling story that you have?
Oh man, trying to think. I would say one of the craziest things that ever happened to me was I tagged up with Cowboy Bob Orton to face Greg the Hammer Valentine and Steve Montana. And we'd never talked. You know, we just talked about the ending, and I was chopping Bob Orton, and apparently he don't like chops. And then I threw him into the ropes, and I come charging at him, and he stuck his knee up and hit me right in the jaw. And I had an open mouth sprain for about 2 weeks. That hurt so damn bad. And I heard him walking into the locker room and said, I'm going to kill this son of a bitch. And I'm like, oh, man. I said, I'm not going in there, man. No way. And then Ray Valentine said, don't worry. Cool. Just don't worry about it. He's been drinking. Just go in there and talk to him. He'll be cool. I said, yeah, that's easy for you to say. You're great to Hammer Valentine, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I walked in there, and then he goes, I don't like being chopped. It felt like rubber bands breaking on my chest. You don't throw me like a rag doll. You don't do this. You don't. Well, whoa, hold on. That's why we talked before a match. You never told me any of this. Plus, I don't want to make you mad.
Right. Yeah. Making Cowboy Bob Orton mad, and that's gotta be scary. So
yeah, I mean, he's a big boy. I mean, I'm not no small guy myself, and I'm like 6'3", about 240, and I'm looking up at him. I'm like, oh my god, man, this is a big dude, man.
Yeah.
And here's another crazy story, or something crazy that happened that scared me was I had a match against Kevin Thorne. And then a wrestler came up to me and said, hey, man, you better not hit him hard. I said, wow, what's going to happen? He said, he'll have his uncle Sid Vicious come after you. I'm like, what? And I said, I'm right. I tried to avoid Kevin Thorne all that night. I said, man, he goes, hey, come here, let's talk. I said, dude, it'll be you and this my partner be wrestling the most. I ain't wrestling you, man. He goes, what's going on? And then I finally told him after about a half hour of him chasing me. And I said, look, I don't want your uncle to come over and kick my damn ass. That's so vicious. He goes, oh, don't believe them, man. They're just giving you some trouble. Oh, yeah, well, they did a great job at doing it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who the hell wants Sid Vicious after you, man? I sure the hell did.
Yeah, he's a big guy back in the day. And pretty scary.
Yeah, let me have a young Sid Vicious coming after me. I'm all right.
Yeah. And I actually got to meet Bob Orton a few months ago, and yeah, he is pretty tall. I mean, he's not moving as fast as he was, but yeah, height wise, he's big. So
yeah.
I
used to work out with him at the gym all the time. He was always in there every day, and I haven't seen him in at least 2-3 months. You know, so I don't know what happened. I don't know, just because he's getting older, he doesn't care. I don't know what it is, but he would always talk to me, and I always say, "Hey, man, what do you think about this?" He goes, "Who cares? It's all about the paycheck." And I said, I said, all right. I can't argue with that. Of course, I'm not seeing a paycheck when I'm wrestling, so
yeah. I wonder what that paycheck's like, Bob. So
yeah.
And
I mean, I've been lucky enough to get to share the locker room with a lot of big names and meet a lot of big names and get to talk to a lot of people, and it was cool being there while I was there. But do I want to go back? Yeah, but not really, because it hurts.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, people. Like I said, I hate the word fake, because of a lot of us wrestlers who do get hurt don't think it's fake and don't like the word fake to be disrespected for what happened to them, because guys like the WWE guys, you know, they're saying bye bye to what $3-4 million a year. I'm losing gas money. I'm not.
Yeah, it's a lot different on the indies and money and stuff. So
so gravity. You can't fake gravity.
No. Yeah, definitely. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Not meatloaf. I would say barbecue.
Barbecue. Yeah. Anything barbecue. That's always definitely really good. So yeah.
Or sirloin steak if I could afford it.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah. Jedediah says O'Shea don't get a paycheck. O'Shea is the paycheck. O'Shea indeed rules. There you go. You are the paycheck.
That's one thing I could say. Yeah, things I have said on Facebook, or I'll say, I'm a legend, and then I get some haters write me and say, you ain't no legend, you ain't this, you ain't that. I said, look, I'm only repeating what fans say to me. I've done this for a long time, and I've had fans that come up to me and say, you're the reason why we're here. Or they'll say, you keep things interesting, because I react to the crowd. I'm sure you bump into shows and you're yelling at a wrestler and they're not even looking at you. It's like, I don't want to. I said, I know how it's like to sit in the crowd yelling your lungs out at a wrestler, trying to get him to react and pay attention. I don't want to. I wanted to be that guy that reacted every time. And I always did. I always reacted to everybody. I even turned 20 shades of red just to give them a response. That's what it meant. That's what used to make it fun for me, is bringing everybody a part of the show, man. I tried to help everybody I could. Like I said, I am not no chain wrestler. I am no high flyer. Never claimed to be. I'm a brawler, and I did it really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Paul Lintz on Instagram says, "Who was your favorite wrestler to work with?"
Uh, oh, that's a tough one.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, the coolest moment, or the coolest thing, the coolest guy to Russell was Bob Orton. I faced him at least 5, 6 different times.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then meeting Kevin Thorne, because I was a fan of his when he was in ECW. And I said, man, that's a big dude, man. I wouldn't mind meeting him one day. And then when I met him, he wasn't as big as in person as I thought he would be. I said, wait a minute, I'm bigger than he is.
Mhm.
But he was pretty cool. Viscera was pretty cool when got to talk to him. Valentine was a lot bigger than I thought he'd be. I mean, he was
Mhm.
pretty damn tall. I didn't think he was going to be that tall. He on TV looked short,
Mhm.
but in
Yeah.
person he's pretty tall.
Mhm. Hmm.
Um, yeah. Dick Brody was fun. I faced a guy named Dirty Dick Brody. He was
Mhm.
fun. He was fun to wrestle because he never bitched. He never complained. Because I did wrestle snug,
Mhm.
but he wrestled snug back too. So I
Yeah.
expected, if I hit someone hard, I knew I was going to get hit hard back.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
after overtime, my body said, "Okay, no more."
Mhm. Right. Yeah.
I knew my time. I knew I was wrestling in the last 5 years. I knew I was wrestling on borrowed time because
Mhm.
I knew, because I had 3 herniated discs in my back, which explains some of my shitty ass bumps, assholes,
Uh-huh.
and and I I did have 7 mini strokes, and I was paralyzed on my right side first, partially paralyzed. So I was only working with one good arm.
Uh-huh.
So, like I said, certain things that I was doing wrong or not perfect for certain people
Mhm.
was because of injuries and because of age. And excuse my language. I didn't mean. I don't mean to be cussing. It's just I know I
Mhm.
got some haters out there, and
Mhm.
sometimes the haters seem to know the truth besides what rumors are being said about a certain guy. Doesn't matter what look. I'll explain this, and I'm sure someone will send you the interview because that's just how people are nowadays. I did an interview with some guy named Thomas B. I can't remember his full name,
Mhm.
and I did an interview, and I said, so I had a bad feeling this is going to be an attack on me because it came. You guys heard of trash bag wrestlers?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Well, I was put on there, and now I see. My thing is, my bad habit was I always respond to everybody. Everybody, it doesn't matter what they say, I respond back. So
Yeah.
I was arguing when I should have kept my mouth shut,
Mhm.
and I did an interview and I said a bunch of things I regret saying, and and I was, like I said, I was dealing with it. I was recovering from 8 minute strokes, so my mind was not all there.
Mhm.
And they were answering their own questions to me. Say, hey, what'd your dad do? I'm like, he was a referee. And so, and who did he get trained by? Or how did he get wrestling? And I couldn't remember the name. He told me that he went up against somebody at a carnival, and they turned it into Luthez. And that's why you got the guy who said, he's a second generation wrestler whose dad got Russell Luthez. They said that. I didn't say that. And it's just
Oh.
because I was a little slow and disturbed at the moment, and I was already on edge because I know these guys were trying to make me look worse than I already made myself.
Mhm.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it was I should never did the interview, but I thought I was able to kind of clear myself a little bit. But something it got changed into a bigger ordeal than actually what it was.
Mhm.
And they even pulled out Trevor Murdoch and interviewed him and asked him if he knew who I was, and he said, "Yeah, I know who he is." And he said, "Did you ever give him a chance to do a dark match?" I said that because I was getting aggravated with everything what they were saying. I shouldn't have said that. He never said that to me. What he told me was, "You want to make it to WWE, Doug?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Go to Harley Race's training school." But those same guys that were making fun of me and being ignorant, I don't know how they got my phone number. What they did was they called up the police stations over here where I live and said I was messing with their 14-year-old daughters. And then they called me up on my phone and told me the same thing. I'm like, "Oh, well, thanks." Then I went down to the police station and gave them the phone, and they said, "Well, if this is true, you need to come down here and make a report." And then they hung up on the cops. So, and then they were calling other people up. They did a joke on me, and I laughed about it. I can laugh about it now, but at the time I wasn't laughing about it.
Mhm.
They took my phone number, put it on eBay, and said I was giving away free lawn equipment. For the next 3 hours, I'm getting texts and phone calls, people asking me about free lawn equipment.
Oh, geez.
And then I had to get my phone number changed. That cost me $27. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's funny. I'm going to do that to somebody. If anybody ever ticks me off again, I said, I'm just going to give out a phone number and say free lawn equipment. I mean, yeah, like I said, I can laugh now, but at the time it wasn't fun. This is years ago, so people don't need to keep bringing it up on me. I've been trying to clarify myself. Things were said that should never have been said. Was I a liar? No, I wasn't lying, but I shouldn't have answered certain questions I shouldn't have answered by saying something was true when it wasn't. That was my fault.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me move on.
Yeah. I've never heard of a thing done like that. I mean, it's never a good thing when you start kind of ruining a wrestler's reputation and doing all those things. So, yeah. I've never heard it around here, but I mean, that's definitely crazy though. Yeah. Jesse?
Well, I think it's about time to close this thing. So Matt, I am gonna go ahead and say thank you for appearing on the show, and hopefully we can get you back again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. I was stressless. I didn't have to stress.
Well,
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
we want
No.
to make sure that you were as comfortable as could be.
Yeah, with the show we've just a little history around that. We started around November, around November, and this we usually get a lot of guys from Minnesota, but also want to get guys from like out the state and just have a good time, let them talk about their career, get their names out. And I mean, your name's already out there, but we want to have you talk about your career and everything. So
I just want to kind of apologize for bringing up that ordeal. It was just when that question was asked about Lou Thez, I was like waiting for it to hit me again, start hitting me again, and people being ignorant again about it. It's like, oh, come on, man, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I kind of
let things go.
Yeah, it's always people are always going to bring up things, which is always unfortunate. So
yeah. I never claimed to be an angel. I'm the Irish devil.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. And one more thing, I believe I saw on October 1st, Illinois Elite Wrestling.
The next show is October 1st, and it's a celebration of my 30 years, and it's out in Grant City.
Oh, okay.
Columbus.
Nice. Okay.
Then we'll be and then one more thing, we will be having a show out in Quincy, Illinois again at the Pepsi Cola Arena, which I believe hosts 2,000 people. And I really believe that we will fill it out, and it will be for the IEW Heavyweight Championship. And it's going to be called a Dead Man's Party, where 2 men enter in the ring. Those first 2 men that enter in the ring don't have a weapon. But after that, every minute or every 2 minutes, however we decide to do, they bring in a weapon. So it's going to be interesting. And I will not be in it because I don't feel like getting hit in the head anymore.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, a lot of years of getting hit in the head. It's a little hazy now. So yeah. So for fans in that area, go check it out. And for fans, maybe if for the Minnesota fans, maybe you should go check it out October 1st. Someone says in Granite City, Iowa or Illinois, and it sounds like it should be fun. So yeah.
So there'll be several wrestlers out in the audience that you may not have seen in years.
Oh, okay.
Lots of surprises. So, so come on out and check it out, and let's have some fun.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Thank you for being on the show. It's always cool to get some guys from out of the state and talk about their career and just see what's going on in other states. So, and also congratulations on 30 years. That's definitely a great accomplishment there. So.
I wish I would have made a lot of money in that 30 years. I wish.
Yeah.
There's a lot of what ifs in this business. So.
Yeah, that's the thing with indie wrestling. I wish they could get paid more, only way to do that is the big time, which it's still good to be an indie wrestling. It's still not as much money.
Need to start promoting and selling the shows, so more people get in the seats, and then there's more seats, there's more people. That means there's more pay. Don't blame the promoter. Get out there and promote. And I've done for 30 years. I've promoted everything. If you yelled at me, I would promo and say something about your hat.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can just take anything
to get something to start. Yeah, definitely. All right, I better let you guys do and it was fun, and we could do this again.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we can work on that. So yeah.
All right.
Have a nice day, Douglas.
You too.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Live video is ending, guys. Almost there.